Hello, everybody. This is Devin from Wargaming, and I'm back. I've been on a little hiatus, but I'm back streaming, and I will be showing you what I have. So let's go and see what I got here. I got my overhead camera going on here, and what I've been really diving into, as you see, what I have here is it's a BattleTech map. This is actually HPG heliport battle mat. That's what I have on there. It's a double-sided neoprene mat. It's not really what I'm going over, but it's what I have. Look at it. It's got a cityscape on one side and on the other as well. Grass and not. So let's just use it. How's that? Let's get that in a better view. And it's all offset. There we go. So really, what I've been diving into, that's kind of a thing as I've seen is the map. Sorry, is BattleTech. So this just came out recently. ACES. I love solitaire, playing solitaire games. This is somehow makes BattleTech solitaire. Read through it already. I actually bought two of these boxes. Somebody was selling it without the models, so I just bought it because extra cards and stuff you need for the AI system. Because what comes with it, you get 9 models, 7 mechs, and 2 vehicles. You see there. The rule book, campaign book with scenarios, the logs, sheets that you use for your campaigns, because it's all campaign based. You can be cooperative, right? Can also be solo, which is what I got. And then you got 21 double-sided Alpha Strike cards. Those are for your are used kind of for the AI process and based on if you played BattleTech, the Alpha Strike version, which is more of the traditional, taking BattleTech and making it a traditional inches and movement by inches model process versus the hex based as BattleTech originally was. You play either way, so I kind of play with the inches and all that stuff. So I kind of like Alpha Strike with the different things. It also abstracts a lot of the damage. You don't have all the extra stuff there. But anyways, so we got 66 ace cards, 11 decks. Yeah, that's the AI. That's the Alpha Strike. That's for the actual mechs and vehicles. For comes from Alpha Strike version of BattleTech. Edge ability cards. So all your pilots have special abilities you can use to pump them up to the edge, like push the edge, make it do more damage or whatever else it is. You get 12 battlefield support cards, which I like. Have a stock reference card sheet. 10 folded up card stock hills. I don't think they're really hills to me. They're more of plateaus or from the desert, badlands. They're more like mesas. They're not. I don't consider them hills very much, but whatever you want. We also got some counters, a bridge, which is kind of cool, and some river tiles, which is cool too. I like those. You can use them for just not. You don't have to use them just for BattleTech. You can use them for other things too. When we dive into this stuff, we dive in. So as you see, we got the mechs here, all nicely set up, nice and beautiful. Um, these are the AI cards. You see with the special orders, there's lots of different commander cards, AR cards here. Um, so if you know about, you may or may not, well, just bring it up. If you see there's a roll on these battle mechs, right? This is a striker. It's a size 1, which is a light. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the size of the battle mechs. And as you can see, this one does a lot of damage. It's a Locust 2C and does 5/5. It's pretty high of low armor. But it's a striker. So in here, the striker cards are 6 for a striker. Determines how this is going to work based on like target preferences and different other things here where these rules are symbols to determine what you do or not do. Like if I deal red, so that's the red target. Red target's based the red. I think blue and yellow, they're all based on the commander's card, which I can bring out in a little bit. Then you have your pilot cards that you write your skills and all your information because you're basically going through a campaign, kind of like a semi-RPG. Some extra pieces for your mechs. And all these mechs got a couple striker, hover tanks, got locusts. I think this is Illican era, but it's got 2C. I think we got Warhammer, Marauder 2C here. We got a locust, I think. So we got a lot of cool things there. We got the actual rule book for ACES, how to play. It's nice with all the BattleTech, very nice colory laid out. We have they also have infantry in here, so we got the foot infantry and elemental battle armor infantry, and they're token based, which is can use for anywhere. That's why I said I got an extra box, so I have extra infantry. It just shows you how to play. Like I said here, you have 3 different for your striker here. We have if I deal blue target and check. And what does a check mean? If they tell you what that means through here, means consider units that have already moved. So if it's an ideal blue target that's already moved, unit can move behind it. You go down the aggressive channel. If not, you move to the balance. If you can do the balance, then you go down the balance. If not, you go to a cautious cautious is default. So if nothing else works, you just go there. Because there's no real target value for cautious. You're just doing something. So you have 3 different behaviors based on what you're doing, and then for targeting, and you go through all criteria how to play. So I'll probably go through a play game on the first scenario. But it's done really nice, I think, reading through initially. These are the hills. Like I said, I had extra ones too because I had an extra box. These are the hills. These are not hills. These are like desert plateaus. I know, to me, they're not hills. I mean, I guess you can consider them hills at elevation 1 or whatever, 1-inch elevation. But to me, they're not like the standard hills if you think it is. But anyways. So you get a bunch of those. You actually get that's one thing I do like. They provide a lot of nice terrain in all their boxes. Then you got Elf Strike reference rule card, nice thicker cardboard. It's not paper. Just gives you all the reference information you might need or not need. Critical hit tables, indirect fires, because you got indirect fire combat vehicles, infantry, all transporting infantry, everything in there. It's pretty cool. I really like this game, how they set it up. So you got your so when you set up your lance or what your force or whatever you have, based on what you do, you set it up and track all your pilots, because they die, they get hurt, and all this different things when you're going through and playing these scenarios. So you play it like a real campaign, and then your story logs. So you can get really in depth with it, and then you got your counters with all your waypoints and objectives and other things like that along initiative, and then more terrain pieces. So you got your rivers, and there's your bridge, and there's your elemental infantry, and the opposite side is your foot infantry. So you get infantry as well. And then you get your scenario book, which I think it said 23 scenarios, has it's like choose your own adventure, if you guys even know what that is. Some of you may not. If you're a little older, you might know choose your own adventure, but you can set up your whole campaign here and follow them based on the outputs of the mission, and then you move on to your next mission. And they determine what you do or not do based on who wins or not win. I think it's clans versus inner sphere. You say, where is that at? It tells you waypoints. Say if you win. Gives you the opposing forest, all the setups, where everything's at, your forests, through the tree, because you get trees with the main Alpha Strike box. So you already have those. They assume you already have the Alpha Strike box. And you go that, say who wins. So objectives, primary, blah, blah, blah. You get points, track them on your log sheets, build up stuff. So that's pretty much it. But I did break out some of the stuff. Here is the rivers, and they come together like little puzzle pieces. And you can like do a dry riverbed and full of water. You got the bridge here. It's a nice little cardboard bridge, but you can use it for not just for the battle mech. I could probably use it for my 15 millimeter as well, and it would work. It's kind of cool. I do have other cards out. Let me find those. So I did find these things. 3D printing stuff is awesome. So these are somebody came up with a 3D printing way of using the AI cards. Since you have to use them as a deck, there's 6 of them for like a specific scout here. And one side's the movement side where you track where you're going, how you do it, and you use the top and you go shuffle them up, and then obviously you use the top one and go through it. But what that does, you can set that down there, and then on top you do your what mech that's for, so you can track easily what you're working in, what deck goes with what mech, and it's contained a lot nice. A lot of people have different ideas, and they're still doing building stuff because everybody builds stuff for the new things in 3D printing land. But that's one of the things I do like because it's organizing it a little better. Also, within 3D printing land, because I'm a 3D printer now, they have little for the tokens. They have little nice printed token holders. So this is for Alpha Strike, which I haven't filled up yet. But this is for my other box. Tokens for ACES. So you got all your objectives in one. The other, these are for as your not people, the enemy or the AI go. It tells them like this, you have to go first or you have to go last. You have to for based on certain scenarios, objectives, initiatives. And we have these are the edge tokens that your pilots use. No other tokens are all just nice. Whatever came with the box, come in nice in this little container for it. Somebody printed out an STL on Maker World, and that's what I got. So we have all those beautiful things. Let me grab that one thing. Yep. Like I said, these are the cards I broke out here. So you have these are special order cards. If you see on top here, some of them have numbers. So indirect tax 00 begin first. You have to play this at first, so you use it first. -500 modifies some of these if they're forced withdrawal or fleeing and movement objectives. So those are actual modifiers to the normal flow. And you have all these different AI cards, Striker, all the different versions, roles of the battle mechs. You have stuff for infantry as well, based on the type of infantry, because the infantry has AI, and hover cars for the hover scouts. And then you actually have 2 sets of commander cards. So Mech Warrior, and this for Clan Jade Falcon, which is my favorite clan for some reason, always probably because of Pride and the books I read initially. So you have these will determine and help change what's going on with your AI cards, because it gives what kind of objectives are red and yellow and blue. It tells you, what to do with those specific scenarios, and support orders too, or your support units if you have those as well. So there's a lot to this, but I think they've done a great job. I have to play through it though and see how it actually works. In theory, it's pretty cool and nice, but until I actually play it, I don't know yet. So I'm going to set up the first scenario, training scenario, and do that on a live stream next. Hopefully, maybe Sunday or Monday night. I'll try to do that then. But that's what this box set is. If you have not seen it, like I said, I bought an extra box because I got extra tokens, got extra infantry. Because somebody is selling the boxes without the mechs. They probably paint them or sell those separately. So I'm like, heck, give me the train, and I get the box half off from what you normally pay. And I got that from eBay. So it was really cool. Oh, and I did forget these. And these are the edge abilities that your pilots, when you make your pilots with certain skills, what they're able to do, like assassin attack before rolling an attack in a target's rear. You spend 1 edge, which is those tokens, little triangle tokens, that you build up your pilot over time throughout your scenarios. You can increase your damage by 1, in addition to having 1 in the rear. So you have all different kind of little edge abilities, so you can customize your pilots, make it a little different game. Kind of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. But like I said, I've been really going into BattleTech. So I got the Clan Invasion box, which we got some cool clan stuff. We got the Mad Cat, Timberwolf, whatever, Nova Cats. Nice, fun. So this one comes with 5 Omni mechs and 2 and actually have the elemental points metal, not metal, the actual miniature version, instead of just having the tokens. And I bought some more, got some more off eBay too. So that's in one box I can unbox too later on. Also got the regular Game of Armored Combat Battle, just for more models, basically. This is the hex-based version of it, which I'm not going to be playing, but if I want to, if you see, it's got the regular charts they used to from the old FASA version of BattleTech and the other ones, right? And it got its other information, the stuff that you still use with Alpha Strike. But it's kind of cool to have the extra box of wands and stuff. So we got a crap load of models now. And then definitely need when you're playing ACES, Alpha Strike main box set, which we'll break through too. So this one's got 13 mechs or models in it. I don't think there's any vehicles. But it's got the quick strut rulebook and all cards for these, and some extra tokens and stuff for playing Alpha Strike, right? So, but what you really need is this when you're playing Alpha Strike. Yeah, if you're going to really be serious about playing some BattleTech, you'll definitely need to pick up Interstellar Battle Force. This has some more information if you want to do some cool bigger battles and do some things after that. Definitely do that. Also picked up some Alpha Strike extra reference stuff they have. Along with what comes with that interstellar operation stuff. These is for all the heavy duty. Got the biggest interstellar map. If you want to do some big battles, they have that too nowadays. So we can, as you can see, units. You can play with that. So you can go all out into BattleTech and have some fun. That's what I've done, because I really dig dig the BattleTech stuff. Kind of fun. So what I was looking for is not here. So what I have, I think I'd have to show you on the screen here if I can find it. Yeah, I have tons of BattleTech stuff now. Um, let's look for. While you're looking at my fun army stuff, I think what I'm talking about is the Commander's full rule book for Alpha Strike because they had to sell a whole book like they're still operation, which is big battles, which is important. I got the extra set for Alpha Strike with all the extra stuff, but there's a book. Um, if I can get to it, if this allows me to get in. Oh. It's not there. Oh, did I not put it up here yet? That might be not yet. I may have not put it up here yet. Oh, maybe I did. On Catalyst site, there is a Alpha Strike. That's not it. And it's here. Oh yeah. So I got the PDF version. I didn't get the full version of the book, right? So we have to add that to show you guys. Do do do. I love this. I should have done this earlier, but I haven't done that. Oh, let's see if it's going to open up. There we go. You guys should be able to see that. Will it let me? We'll get rid of that and just show this. Yeah, it's too big. All right. Can I? So you can see it now, guys, right? Yeah. So this is the book. I'm sorry, not saying much, but this is the book you probably need to get if you're going to go full tilt into Elf Strike because it has lots and lots of information on this. Lots of information. Most definitely. And I just want the view without the table of contents. There we go. Okay. And you see there's lots of scenarios in here. There's lots of information. There's over how many pages in here? Did it say? It's not showing me the whole screen, so I have to adjust that. That's better. So about 215 pages. So lots. They got the errors, all the history of it. I'm just going pretty quick, but all the different houses and different mercenary clans. Lots of stuff about Alpha Strike. So this is a great book. Like I said, I have the PDF version. We can go through that later on. Later on, we can do that. Most definitely. And these are abstract cards. Like I said, it's a lot different than the regular BattleTech. Well, it's skill levels. So, anyways, if you want to get into Strike, this is what you need to get into. All right. So, to recap, Alpha Strike. You need that first for the solo stuff, and then with that, you get today Scouring Sands, which will have the stuff to do your alpha or your ACE stuff in your solo and cooperative campaigns. Like I said, I picked up the extra box since somebody's selling without the mechs, so I can get the extra cards and stuff, so I can have multiple decks with if I have two strikers, scouts or whatever. So I don't have to split the deck because that's what they tell you to do: is split the deck if you got two of the same. If you have one deck, if I have two decks, you can play it separately. Also want to show one last thing that I have that is 3D printing land. So this is how I store my mechs. The 3D printed. This is for stars. There's 5 mechs in there, and they stack up, so I can keep my units that I build together for lances and stuff, and all different units, and they store very well in this little compact. No need for magnets or anything. They just have a little holders that go on them and hold them into the holders. That's it. Kind of nice. But anyways, let me know. This one unglued or something looks like. That's a first. I've never seen that. Yeah, it's unglued. Awesome. I gotta put that back together. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And thank you for joining. I did this on I usually stream on Twitch first, so you can catch me on Twitch at Got Wargaming. Same name as my YouTube channel. This will be on YouTube after. So let me know what you guys think. And you guys have a great wargaming day. Talk to you later. I'll probably do some more BattleTech games and stuff right now. I have history stuff and things I've built, but right now I'm just going through BattleTech because BattleTech comes together. I don't have to build anything. I can paint them up, ready to go for Gen Con next year. So yet again, I'll check you guys out later. Peace out, and I'll catch you on the next one.